In my village, the dust was everywhere, on our clothes, in our hair, even in our lungs. It coated every surface, clung to every memory, and seemed to settle into the very corners of our lives. The air was always thick, and sometimes it felt like the dust was all we had. Life was a cycle: sunrise, work the dry fields, sunset. Each day bled into the next, marked by the same routines and the same struggles. The land was stubborn, and so were we, but hope was as scarce as water. The harvest was small, and dreams were smaller. We measured our lives in handfuls of grain, and every season brought more worry than relief. We dreamed of rain, not riches. The sky was our only promise, and even that was often broken. When clouds gathered, we watched with silent prayers, hoping for a miracle. But I was different. My name is Tunde, and I dreamed of things I'd never seen. I wondered what lay beyond the horizon, beyond the dust and the sameness. Old newspapers from the market showed me the city, tall buildings, bright lights. I would trace the outlines of skyscrapers with my finger, imagining myself among them, far from the fields. I wanted to be part of that world, not just survive in the dust. I wanted to breathe air that wasn't heavy with earth, to see colors that weren't faded by the sun. My mother warned, big dreams can bring big heartaches. But my heart was already too big for our village. She saw the longing in my eyes, and it scared her. My father, a quiet farmer, saw my hunger for more. One evening he said, "Fear is a cage you build for yourself. I don't want you to live in that cage." His words were gentle, but they gave me courage. He didn't tell me to go or stay, he gave me a choice. He trusted me to find my own path, even if it led far from home. That night I decided. I packed a small bag, bread from my mother and my father's savings. My hands shook, but my heart was steady. As I looked at my village under the moonlight, it felt like a beautiful trap. The silence was heavy, filled with memories and the weight of goodbye. Leaving meant losing everything I knew, but staying meant letting the dust bury my dreams. I stood at the edge, torn between fear and hope. I had to go. I had to see if there was a world beyond the dust, if my dreams could finally breathe, and if I could become more than just a boy of the village. The city was chaos, noise, crowds, buildings that scraped the sky. I'd never felt so small or lost. For days I slept on the streets, hungry and invisible. My money ran out fast. I missed my village, my mother's cooking. Just as I was about to give up, kindness found me. Mama Amina, a corn seller, noticed me watching her cart. She handed me roasted corn, my first real meal in days. I started helping her, not for money, just to be useful. I set up her cart, fetched water, cleaned the stall. She saw my effort and let me sleep in a storeroom behind her stall. It wasn't much, but it was a home, a start. For the first time, I felt hope. I wasn't just a lost boy anymore. I had a purpose. Working with Mama Amina was my real education. Every morning as the city woke up, I stood by her side, soaking in lessons you could never find in a classroom or a book. She taught me business was about people, not just money. She knew every customer's name, their favorite order, and even their stories. She believed that kindness and respect were the true currency of the street. Her customers came for more than corn, they came for community. The food cart was a place where laughter and stories were shared, where neighbors became friends over a simple meal. I noticed people rushed in the mornings, so I suggested pre-packaged corn. It was a small idea, but it made a big difference for busy workers who needed a quick breakfast. Sales doubled. A small change, a big difference. We started seeing new faces and regulars came more often, grateful for the convenience. Next I pitched a combo meal, corn, grilled fish, pepper sauce, another hit. People loved having more choices, and our stall became known for its variety. We became the go-to lunch spot. The line grew longer every day and the energy around our cart was infectious. Mama Amina became my mentor, teaching me to manage money and save for the future. She showed me how to keep track of every sale and expense and to always plan ahead. A portion for today, a portion for tomorrow, a portion to plant for the future, she'd say. I saved every coin, learning that small habits could lead to big dreams. I wasn't just a helper, I was learning to build something real. Each day I grew more confident, taking on new responsibilities and making decisions. My dream was no longer just a picture in a newspaper, it was becoming real, one roasted corn at a time. With every lesson I was building a future I could finally see.
As our business grew, so did my ambition. I dreamed of a chain of street food kiosks, I wrote a business plan, approached investors but faced rejection everywhere. Street food? Not a serious business, they said. Discouraged, I returned to my village. The harvest was worse than ever. Farmers struggled to get produce to the city. Middlemen paid them almost nothing. That's when it hit me. My people's problem was bigger than my city dream. What if I could connect farmers directly to city buyers? Use technology to create a fair marketplace? My rejection in the city led me home, and to a much bigger idea. I returned to the city with a new idea: Farm Connect. The journey from my village had changed me, and I was determined to bridge the gap between rural farmers and city buyers. I saw an opportunity to create something that could truly make a difference, not just for myself, but for my entire community. Farm Connect became a platform where city buyers could purchase fresh, high-quality produce directly from rural farmers. No more middlemen, no more unfair prices, just a simple, honest connection between those who grow the food and those who need it. I started small, building a basic website for my living room, buying a second-hand delivery truck, and spending days convincing skeptical farmers to join this new venture. Many doubted it would work, but I believed in the vision. In those early days, I wore every hat: CEO, delivery driver, marketer, and customer support. Every order delivered was a step closer to my dream. Using the negotiation and relationship skills I learned from Mama Amina, I built trust with restaurant owners, market vendors, and buyers across the city. Each handshake was a promise to deliver quality and reliability. Slowly, Farm Connect grew. More farmers joined, more buyers signed up, and soon, more trucks were needed to keep up with demand. The network expanded beyond what I had imagined. Farmers began earning 3 times more than before. They could send their children to school, put better food on the table, and invest in their futures. The impact was visible in every smile. The village transformed, new school buildings rose, a clinic opened its doors, and clean water flowed from new taps. All of this was possible because the community prospered together. Now the dust on our roads is just earth beneath our feet, not a symbol of poverty or despair. It reminds us of how far we've come. The children no longer dream only of leaving. They dream of building, of creating, of making our village even better for the next generation. I didn't just build a business, I helped my community rebuild its hope, its pride, and its future. Together, we proved that change is possible. And that is a success worth more than millions, a legacy of opportunity, dignity, and hope for everyone.